How's it going? It's Bobby. It's been a while, but I'm back. And this video is going to be a little bit about my own disgust with the atheist community. A community that, sadly enough, I'm a part of. Anybody out there who watches this, if you don't know about it, I would recommend watching it. There's one of the guys on YouTube that I watch frequently, Richard Coughlin, under the YouTube name Coughlin666. It saddens me when when it makes me realize that the people who ridicule him most, as of recently, are people that are all on the same side. That we all support the same things. And it's getting to the point where, because Richard had different views on someone, he was targeted. People were sending him comments, fuck off and die, you junkie. All sorts of just ridiculous shit to put. And it really makes me realize what the real flaw is in atheists. And it's that we have no sense of community. It's just us. We have nothing that binds us together. We all believe a certain way, but we have nothing that holds us together, like the Jews, the Muslims, the Christians. They all have that one belief that ties them together. And even when someone might say something they don't agree, you know what? They still have that community right behind them. There's nothing with that here. Atheists don't have that sense of community. And it's really sad to see that if this trend continues, anything that any atheist on YouTube or any atheists out there in the real world who try to make a difference for atheism everywhere, without a sense of community, everything they do means nothing. All of it will be absolutely meaningless. And that's sort of disheartening when I'm at the school I go to. I always not preach atheism, but I always actively challenge people's beliefs. I answer questions they have on their beliefs. And when I see people saying, going up to, if you know about this little battle between Thunderfoot and Dawa Films, it's the same thing. It's people going, and this time it's not against Thunderfoot, it's going against Dawa Films, who people, go, oh, you sand nigger, you Muslim, yeah. When we get to the point of ridicule, I know that there's definitely something wrong with the movement that I'm a part of. And I don't know, maybe it's disheartening to me that I look at, I always looked at other atheists out there and be like, oh, you know what, he must have some sort of intelligence that's shown him that he doesn't have to believe in something invisible to live his life the right way. And I always view most atheists as having higher intelligence. Is that all the time? No, because there are many theists out there who are very intelligent, and I'm not saying there's not, because I'd be lying out my ass. But I'm not saying that. But atheists always seem to have, they always seem a little bit more intelligent, generally. And when I see atheists out there that, instead of acting intelligently the way that they usually do, and they get to the point where they start slandering people and they start insulting, what do we have left? What is there left we have? The intelligence that we use is our best weapon against people like Dawa Films. I may not agree with his views, but you know what? I would challenge him. I would intellectually challenge him. I wouldn't resort to slander and name calling. That proves nothing. That proves that maybe YouTube really is the wrong place for atheists. Maybe it's just like every other online place where it's just a bunch of little teenagers that are just angsty and just want to take out all their little anger on people in the wrong way. If I'm frustrated with somebody in this sort of debate, I'll I'll try to one up him, but the right way. I just don't know what's happened. It seems like not just a couple months ago, everybody was on the same side, and then Richard went out and made a video about Pat Condell and what kind of hypocrite he thought he was. Now I don't know much about Pat Condell, so I can't really judge. I can't really be any sort of judge on that. But I do know that Richard can say whatever he wants. And I know I'm pretty much a nobody on YouTube, but Richard, if you ever actually saw this, I want you to know that there are people like me out there who will always be supporting you and always be right behind you. And one thing that's really bugged me is when he said that somebody who lives in the UK along with him said that he would slit Richard's throat. Why? Why say that? Why would that? What would that prove? It's it's sad to think that the kind of thinking that atheists try to butt against, the the speech of ignorance and just stupidity, is now being used by the same people who are supposed to be intellectually higher than everyone else. We have to get back. We have to achieve some sort of community. There has to be something that groups us all together, because if not, this whole thing, everything anybody's worked for in the name of atheism, any promoting that anybody's done, it's all gonna mean nothing. None of it will mean a single goddamn thing. We have something has to change. If not, this whole movement is done. It's gonna become a civil war within our own belief system, and it can't turn into that. So anybody watching this out in the internet world, if you support atheism at all, which I actively do, I want you. I'm gonna be thinking along well, but I want you as well to start thinking of some sort of community that we can, some sort of sense of community, something that binds us all together. I mean, I know our obvious belief does, but I mean, we need something more. We need some sort of community in order to have each other's back, because this is just getting to the point where it's not enough. Every atheists out there are just trying to fight for themselves and just try to survive. And I know that's our general need, whether it be in anything, but we need something more. We need a community to be able to really stand up to religion and show that we're just as strong as they are, because we can have the same numbers and we can have the same community sense that they do. And unless we do that, again, none of it'll matter. This is Bobby. See you later.